Good morning, it is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in less than 1 minute. Really quick, when I say live, what I mean is that this is not a situation where I've already recorded everything and now I'm coming back and explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not some sort of post commentary. I'm recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So if you just want an unscripted, nitty-gritty, raw look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. So I'm going to start off watching Tesla, thinking I'm going to do some options on it. But again, I say thinking just because you never know what might happen. And the markets are now open, so you never know what might happen. So maybe I'll change my mind and want to do something else. But as of now, I'm going to be watching Tesla out of the opening gates. And we'll see what it wants to do. I'm definitely not going to touch it during the opening minute. Just want to let things what I would be interested in is potentially buying some calls if this wants to pull back some more. But if that's all it wanted to pull back, well then I'm not going to have that trade. But again, it's the first minute. So I will go ahead and pause for now, and I will keep you updated on if there's any sort of setups that catch my eye. Currently watching 910 on Tesla. If it can break down through there, then I think it's got an opportunity to move down further, but right now maybe looking like it wants to reverse back around. So if that's the case, then I'll just never get a signal and won't enter the trade. But if it does want to come back down to 910, I would be curious. But oh, okay, now it's come down here, kind of. It's Tesla, so it moves very quick. Okay, I will go ahead and pause. Okay, maybe interested in buying some puts here down around this trend line. So we're on, let's call it $910. But what started off as what I thought would be a very kind of clear morning has not really led to anything super obvious, and that's that happens sometimes. But the good news is markets hasn't even been open 15 minutes. But I will go ahead and pause for now, and well, let me keep it running because what happens if Tesla shoots down here? Nope, I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, I have an order out there for a put at $52, or excuse me, an order out there for a call at $52. So Tesla's going to need to drop down there right around the 910 mark, which is where I wanted it. That's a problem. It's kind of a guessing game. Okay, there we go. Just picked up a contract. I'm interested in more, but this one at least gets my feet wet. All right, so out there just for a quick $50 move, and I will restart the process if this wants to come down some more. Next one we'll look at 48. So just double checking a couple things. Yeah, 48. So again, Tesla's going to need to drop down some more if I'm going to have a chance of getting filled. But I don't really trust this move to the downside, which is why I'm willing to build into it. So if this wants to come down some more, then Like I said, I would be interested in some call. I think I keep saying puts, but I mean calls. But I'd be interested in some calls again at 48, meaning this is what I'm watching over here. I want to see that go down to 48. This is the price of the options. This is the price of the actual stock. So options are derivatives, DE derivatives, meaning they depend on something else. So this price of the Tesla option depends on what the price of Tesla stock is actually doing. So I know derivative sounds like a fancy word. I guess it is a fancy word, but all that means is it depends on something else. The DE, just look at it as, okay, well, what does the Tesla option depend on? Well, it depends on the Tesla stock itself. So again, have an order down at 48. So if this price wants to come down some more, I'll be ready for it, but I will pause for now. All right, little of an update. You can see Tesla is continuing to bounce, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that out of there for now, as it doesn't seem like it's going to be coming into play. So never mind. I'll keep looking around. All right, I'm watching 164.54, a breakout right here. Originally alerted 165, but then just edited it to say 164.50. So potentially a breakout trade to the upside here. But as I say that, it starts to drop, but we'll see if it wants to recover back upwards. So that's the current status of things. I do like Tesla here. Picked up a put at 46.10. Looking for this thing to pick up some downside pressure here. Again, picked it up at 46.10. And out there for a nice, quick $100 scalp. Just took the scalp on it as I trusted the pattern. Clearly I trusted the decision, but I didn't trust it in the sense of thinking that this thing's going to roll and completely collapse. Now, it might collapse, of course. That's hindsight trading, though. We're all super good at hindsight trading, but I don't think it's going to collapse. So that's why I wanted to just take the nice little scalp there and call it good. Again, to be fair, maybe this thing is about to collapse, but I don't think so. And because I thought it would come down, that's why I took the trade. But the reason why I just hopped out is because, well, I don't think this thing's going to totally collapse. And I'm just very uncertain right now of the markets, which is why I'm just doing one contract. So I'm certainly not going to be making a bunch on these trades. But if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be losing a bunch either. So that's you always got to keep in mind the two-sided coin there. So yes, had I done more contracts, wow, Clay, if you would have done 5 contracts, you got $1 move, that would have been $500. You're absolutely right. Completely true. However, what happens if I was wrong and the thing, went back upwards? Well, then I'd be looking at a much bigger loss than what I would have been had I just, kept it at one contract. So now this area here at 908-ish is very interesting. But again, it's just a matter of trust. I just don't necessarily know if I trust Tesla that much today to be, that bearish. Maybe I should be. I just don't. Now maybe something else happens and changes my mind, and I start to feel, okay, yeah, now it's time to get bearish. Now it's time to, increase the confidence to want to up position size. But as of right now, I'm just not quite there. But if this wants to go sideways for a little bit and then come down to that 908 mark, that is actually a very intriguing pattern. However, I'm not interested if it all of a sudden goes right now, even if it goes in the next couple of candles. So like I said, if it's going to go right now, I'm just not interested in it. However, if this does want to go sideways for a little bit and then come down, I would be much more interested. But like I said, that's not even the next candle or the next two. I'm talking about 3 or 4 more candles, just so basically another 5 minutes, because each of these represents 1 minute. So give 4 to 5 more candles here to go sideways, and that's what would have me be very, very interested and very, very intrigued by it. But right now, if it's gonna go, then it's just gonna go without me, and I'll miss the trade. But that's the nice thing is, okay, if I miss the trade, okay, well, I'm still up $150, so I'm not gonna risk forcing something and then. Now I'm still willing to go red on the day because I'm only up 150. Now, if I was up 10,500, I'm like, yeah, I could be going red. Yeah, there's probably bad risk management on my part if I'm willing to risk my entire $10,000. But in this situation, it's only 150. So I don't say that in an ungrateful way. I just say it in a way of, it's not like that's some sort of a massive amount that I just blew on one trade. So like I said, and if I do take another trade, so this is great right now. Getting a bounce upwards, great. So yeah, just stay up here, stay up above that area at 908. Well, now it's starting to come back down. So don't come down now. Again, just go sideways. But so that's what I'm currently looking at, and I'll keep scanning the market for other potential opportunities too. That mRNA, that what was it, 164.50? That never. In fact, I'll just hop over there for now, since I'm not going to be doing anything. So you can see there as I started. I think that's when I started to when I unpaused as it was starting to pull back. So the trend line's still in play. So it could still come into play, just not at 160, maybe 164 now. So let me get that updated in the room. mRNA update. 164, new upside breakpoint. There we go. So got that updated to 164. Okay, nice. Tesla. Good, Tesla. Very good. Okay. This is what I want. Now if this thing wants to come back down, now we're potentially in business. I'm going to change over the 900 puts instead of the 910. But we'll see. Maybe this is a truly strong move to the upside. In fact, 908 flush point, 1 minute. Would love to see it come up there, hit the red line, and then come back down. So, all right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, approaching. Let's see if it wants to bounce off that trend line or not. Again, watching 908 because I don't want to get myself stuck in a trend line bounce here. Okay, in at 45. So let's see if this thing wants to now get some continuation down through the trend line. I'm going to look to add another contract at 907. So add to a winner. That assumes, of course, 907 comes into play. Well, again, is this just a spike? All right, out there for a $235 loss, so I'm now down 85 on the day. But yeah, that was clearly failed breakdown. Broke down, got some confirmation that it was breaking the trend line, and then just snapped straight up. And yeah, that'll happen sometimes. And now look, wow. Well, all I can say is I'm glad I got out where I did. Okay, well, that's one of those losses that actually feels relatively good because, I got out at 42.65. This thing's now down at 40 where I could be getting out and dropping. So that's, a loss that would have been a lot bigger. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. That was a great setup. That was a great pattern. It broke. I waited to make sure that it was giving me confirmation. And then you saw it. What a snapback. Wow. All right, well, now down 85. So I'll look around, see if I can find anything else. All right, DWAC in at 71 basically. See if we can get some momentum now as it ideally comes up. Took some off. I don't like how it's stalling all of a sudden. Still have 50 shares left, but all right, well, that was a breakout or get out, and it did break out. But yeah, I'd encourage you to go back and just watch level 2. So you'll see that it made a great move and then it just stopped. So, and I was looking for the breakout, which I was right about. I got the breakout, but I was wrong about the fact that it would want to continue. Again, I didn't make a bunch on that just because I only had 100 shares. So had I been wrong, again, that same line of logic. When you're uncertain and you're trading in uncertain times, I'm not saying that means you shouldn't not trade, because maybe you're wrong to be uncertain and maybe things will work out fantastically, which is why you should keep yourself in the game. But what I am saying is keep yourself in the game with smaller position size. And that way, if you are right, like, yeah, I'm uncertain, and oh yeah, that's why I'm uncertain because that was just bizarre. Like you saw in that Tesla trade, the fake breakdown and then completely snapped against me. Well, at least that's only occurring on much smaller position size, which, keeps the loss is much smaller. Yes, it'll keep the gains much smaller, but we are in the risk management business, okay? We're not here to make money. We're here to manage risk. And the crazy thing about managing risk is how you do ultimately make money in the longer run. So don't be looking at it as, well, geez, if I do that position size, I'm only going to make that amount. No, look at it as, well, I'm only going to lose this amount, which is good from a capital preservation point of view. So I'm curious about mRNA. Around 152.50. But again, it just, I don't know. It just, things just don't totally feel right out there. Very uncertain. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, getting short here. Whoops. I'm only short 25 shares. I forgot to change that back over from when I was scaling out. From when I was scaling out of DWAC. So we'll just go with it. Again, at 153.03. Who knows, maybe that'll turn out to be a good thing. I did only just want to do 100 shares. And I may just bail regardless, just because I'm not going to sit here on this one if there's other opportunities that start to take shape. So there you go. I'll just take the 152 because I'm looking over here at Tesla and it's getting interesting. Ooh, that was a nasty fake break. See, that's what I mean. I understand. Somebody that was playing long, buying the trendline breakout, I can see that. That's not some sort of random decision at all. That's a good decision. And then look at that, made the move, and then just like what happened to me, just snapped back down to the downside. So that is why I'm just very uncertain. Just stuff like that. You saw it happen to me, and then I 100% guaranteed that there were people that were doing that. And rightfully so. That is a valid trade plan. That makes sense. That's not like some degenerate gambler showing up and saying, let me just randomly buy here. No, they had a good reason for buying right there. And I'm sensing some frustration in my voice. So I guess, yeah, I am frustrated here a little bit just because it's like you feel for those people that, yeah, they're trying to be good traders. They're trying to operate. They're not trying to just gamble. They're trying to make good decisions. They made a good decision and then whoosh, brutal. So it's just one of those days. where you do the right thing, you play patterns. Now, and to be fair, sometimes that's going to lead to a massive Tesla breakout, which is why you got to just manage the losses because, yeah, that happens. There are no guarantees. Yeah, it still doesn't take away from the frustration of when it does happen. Now, if Tesla wants to pull back to, I don't know, let's call it 912, I am bullish on it. I'm thinking this thing might want to, bounce off that trend line again. Again, I could be totally wrong, which is why I would just be doing things with one contract, but we'll see what happens. I'll go ahead and pause. All right, I'm going to try to pick up a call here, 920. This is more so based on the 5-minute time frame. And out there for a quick little $50 gain. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Again, though, very uncertain, so I'm just taking little scalps here or there. But another little nice move. Now, if this wants to pull back a bit more, I'd definitely be more so aggressive in position size, maybe do a few contracts, but that necessarily wasn't a massive pullback or anything. But okay, I'll go ahead and pause. And this is exactly what I mean. Look at that. Look at that. Started to move upwards and then just like that. So, and that's exactly why I'm trading very, very cautiously. Once again, what I did was valid. It made sense. There's no doubt about that. Other people that did that. You could have been arguing, Clay, why were you getting out? It's breaking the trend line. It's going. And then just like that, that would have been a losing trade. Just like that. What was looking great, which was looking fine, which again was, I took it because it did make sense. It did look good. It was a valid trade setup. But when it comes to, the follow through, everything is just so uncertain right now that I wanted to be just aggressive with it. And I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but yeah, I played it right because look at that. Down it goes. I would be interested down around 915 if this wants to pull back another $5 or so. So I'll keep an eye on it, but look at that. Is this thing going to break down through the VWAP? Yep, there it goes. Yep, let's throw something out there at 45. Yeah, now the problem is you got to kind of guess where the price of the option will be, but it's looking like if Tesla's stock can get down to right around 915, then the contract price could very well be at the $45-ish mark. That's all right. Well, let's see if we can get the move. Coming down. Actually, I think it'll probably be more about 44.75. And like I said, it's just a guessing game. Let's see. Nice in. And out there, not quite sure. That went a little bit further than what I thought. So I wanted to just take the gains they gave them, but I am still interested. But let me think, remember, right there, great. Came down, came up, broke. And then look at this. Absolutely brutal. Oh, I didn't realize that. Green on the day. Extremely grateful to be green on a day like this. Unbelievable. Now the question becomes, You know that there were probably some shorts that were buying puts that were getting short, saying, all right, here we go, here we go. Now is this thing going to snap back against those people? I don't know. Maybe. If this thing does want to come down to right around 909, I would be interested. And look at that. Look at that. Are they just getting the shorts now? I would definitely say if it goes back over VWAP, because you got to think price shorts. We're like, okay, let's play the break, put a stop up above VWAP. And maybe they're about to just get knocked out here. But maybe not, because right now it has been rejected off VWAP, which is that dotted yellow line. So the question really just becomes, do I want to play a put here? No, I don't, because I don't know. I'd rather have the price come to me. I'd rather get filled at the bid. Or maybe, just maybe, I should just be done. I'm kind of falling into the mental trap of thinking I need to keep trading in these uncertain times where the market has turned out to be very, very cruel. I mean, if you've ever heard people say, oh, wow, the market was cruel today. Oh, it was brutal. Some sort of variation. This is, this would be a good definition of it. But I am curious. If this thing does want to, pull back some more, I am potentially interested in another move. But I'll go ahead and pause for now. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. And the cold streak continues for me. I've been, I'm still green, but barely. It's just been a grind. And I'm just grateful to really be green, because this has not been easy environment. And you're seeing this live. I mean, brutal market, a cruel market. Again, for those people that went short, yeah, they got to move right there. But again, in order for a true risk-reward situation to work out, that just wasn't enough of a breakdown. And let's check it out. Went sideways, behaved like it wanted to break down, and then snapped back up. So right there would have stopped people out, I'm assuming, those with a trade plan. And then, look at this. Now it comes back down. So overall, though, my point here is that a very brutal market here, and I need to just be done with it for the day. But you just got to chip away. You just got to survive. And right now I am in total survival mode because eventually you survive, then setups are going to behave like you would expect them to behave. And, that's going to keep an account growing. So right now the account is just, like I said, I suppose it's quote unquote growing because I have been staying in the green, but not really, just because, I'm up $14 right now with commissions, probably, I don't know, let's call it 10, 8, something like that. Because I'm not going to have big commissions today because my position size was so small. But it's just a total grind right now. If you watch the video that I put out on Tuesday, same exact thing. Went red, went green, went red, went green, and then ended up down, or no, I was up slightly. So just a total grind right now, total survival mode. And if you find yourself right now kind of in that same situation, hey, you're not alone. I know many traders in the chat room, depending on strategies, same thing. It's not like they're getting destroyed, but they're just not really getting anything big either, because as you've seen, there's been zero follow through. I mean, Tesla is the exact perfect case study of that. What was it? I don't remember. What was that? I think I took, well, you saw it, took the trend line breakdown. It didn't work out. And then, you had that breakout. Oh man, those longs destroyed. Breakout, maybe that would have been a profitable trade. But again, it's not like got any sort of follow through. So it's not like that turned out to be some sort of great trade. And then that just rolled back over. And then you saw that breakout, completely rolled back over. Then the breakdown here, didn't do anything. Back up it goes. So just no follow through. And no, I understand it's in hindsight. You can be like, oh, Clay, well, you could have shorted there. And then look at that big move there. And then you could have bought right there. Well, yeah, of course you could have. But that's all hindsight, right? Anybody can look to the left and say what you should have done. But when you look to the right, well, hey, that's the real world of trading, and that's where things can get difficult. But like I said, I am just trying to survive right now. But I've been doing this for years now. And, I can say, and as any veteran trader can say, sometimes you just got to be able to survive the markets, because as long as you survive, then those opportunities are going to come back again where you can begin to thrive. But yeah, spot right now, not thriving at all, but I am surviving. And sometimes, that's what matters, or not sometimes, that is always what matters most, because again, remember, as traders, we're not here to make money. We're here to manage risk. And the byproduct of managing risk is making money over the long haul. So if you enjoy these live trade videos, then do a couple things for me real quick. Hit that like button, leave a comment down below. How are you doing? Are you kind of surviving right now? Maybe you're thriving, but let me know how you're doing. But as you saw here, just choppiness market today, brutal market. I was very uncertain. So if there's anything that I did do right, it was acknowledging the fact that I was uncertain by keeping my position size low, which allowed me to just, as I've said, survive. But let me know in the comment section, how's the market been treating you lately? I'm curious. And hit that like button also. But those two things communicate to me that you enjoy these live trade videos. And as long as I know people are enjoying, then I will continue to make them. So yeah, get out there, manage that risk, and just keep on surviving. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.